showing up consistently really does change your relationship with yourself. People talk about the identity shift, the identity shift. You know, it really is in the moments of the consistency, and I would even say the moments where you really don't feel like it, that the shift really starts to happen, right? So it's kind of like with exercising. I believe the experts or whatever would say, like, it's not the first like 50 reps that really mattered. It was like when you got to 51, you're like, I didn't do it. And then like you do it, and then they're like, give me one more, and you're like, I don't know. Like those are the reps that matter, right? And so even with like consistency, you could be, I think, good at like showing up for yourself in certain ways. Like you consistently you brush your teeth every day, I hope. Anyways, so in these moments where it starts to feel wobbly, like that's really where these reps count. And you've even seen that with me where I have been showing up every day. Today is day 15 of the 100 videos in 100 days challenge. And there have just been days where I really didn't want to. I didn't feel good. I didn't feel good. My cycle was like, no, girl, just curl up in the bed under a heated blanket and a heating pad and just like, but like, no, because consistency. And this is what I said. And what I say is what I mean. And I mean that because that's who I am, right? The consistency really challenges how much you trust yourself. Because when we really break it down, like dead ass, and I had this conversation with someone before. When you really break it down, the consistency, a lot of the time spent before you really like anchor into who you are, like and in a deep knowing, is spending a lot of time just in the spiral of it all. When you really put things into a perspective, how long does it take to make a 60-second reel? And yet, we can all be up here talking about how difficult it is to consistently post a reel on Instagram. Or even case in point here, like the more you create YouTube videos, the more you realize like this shit is not hard. I sit here and I talk to the camera 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes. I talk to the camera. Okay. It's not hard. But we spend more time either talking ourselves out of doing the thing. We're talking ourselves out of doing the thing, only to turn around and try to talk ourselves into doing the thing. And then by the time we've kind of talked ourselves into doing the thing, but we're tired, we're spent, and we spent more time, engaging on other people's content and just the shit that's not helping you move the needle forward and to actually lock into your own consistency. Being consistent, especially when there is no evidence and there is no proof yet, is you anchoring into self-trust. Like you cannot have faith and be wobbly about doing what you need to do because you don't see the evidence showing up yet. I promise you, every day I get on this platform and I see somebody who has the results that I want. They have the results that I want, and I'm like, I'm going to get there though, because I also have to remember that some of these people started their consistency journey 7 years ago, 10 years ago. So why would I even sit there and like compare myself and my journey and where I'm at to them? I just know, okay, I'm going to get there. And even if I didn't see anybody creating the kind of results that maybe I would want, maybe in the amount of time, like who gives a fuck? At the end of the day, you anchor down and you do what you got to do. And that conviction and showing up in that kind of way comes from deep rooted self-trust. And that has to be built daily, brick by brick by brick by brick. It requires you to really take a good look at yourself. It requires you to take a good look at your habits. It makes you look at your behaviors, the excuses that you tell yourself, right, on why you can't do this and why you can't do that. Y'all, there was a time, and you might even be able to relate to this, either from a coach perspective or like you were the participant perspective, but like if you're the type of person like you can manage to show up to group calls, again, you can show up to go comment on, such and such as post every day and this and that, then you have it in you to be consistent with your own shit. And it might not look like you going like all in on all the things like immediately, right? Like today's day 15, I did not overload myself. I said, I'm going to do long form videos Now that I've really gotten a rhythm, I've gotten a flow, now it's like, okay, let's start incorporating the shorts. Let's start incorporating our short strategy, right? Layering the things. How can we, and like, how can we make it simple? Stop overcomplicating everything. Everything don't need to be overcomplicated. Actually, nothing needs to be overcomplicated, right? There's an easy way to do everything that it is that you kind of are wanting to do. You just don't want to do it. And you don't want to stretch, you don't want to grow, and you don't want to feel the discomfort of it. But if you want the consistency, you're going to have to do what you got to do. So the evidence that you are looking for, the evidence that you are truly looking for, the results that you are truly looking for, honey, they're going to come after you keep showing up and you keep showing up and you plant a seed and you plant a seed and you plant a seed and you plant a seed, and the day is going to come where you are there to then reap your harvest. So keep motherfucking going. Eliminate those distractions. The people who, yes, the people who are distracting you, the business or whatever, that are calling you in the middle of the day, and then you wonder why you tired afterwards because you didn't gave all your energy to unproductive activities that aren't moving the needle forward for you. Yes, we love our friends, we love our families, all the things, but come in, are they paying your bills? I'm sorry, what? Oh, okay. So if you want to grow in a space where showing up is supported and you'll have access to, tools, community, coaching, all the things, go ahead and check the link in my description so you can come join the Magnetic Visibility Circle. We have our free level, so you can come in, get situated, get cozy, get a feel for the place, everything else like that. I would love to have you in there. I would love to support you. I would love to see you grow and shine and get your message out there and like just be magnetically visible. So with that being said, I'm going to see you inside of our community.